My name is Vladimir. I'm full-time enthusiast. I'm in crypto science 2016. I'm in cosmos science 2019, and I'm a founder of the POSTHUMAN validator. We can imagine the blockchain as the country. If we look at the Bitcoin, it's not really like the country because it's no decentralized governance in the Bitcoin. We can't change nothing in the Bitcoin. To change something in Bitcoin, it means miners need to upload new soft, but they never do it. So Bitcoin have a lot of forks, and it's impossible to change something in Bitcoin. So Bitcoin, it's not really country. But Ethereum, it's more like the United States. So it exists some territory. On this territory exists some different project states, but they have one communication protocol inside of it. It's English language. They have one economical token inside of it. It's a dollar. They have one security token. It's a FBI. More you reach, more you can decide in this country. And if you will look at the Ethereum Foundation is ruling everything because they have a lot of funds. And the Cosmos ecosystem is more like the European Union. It's a lot of different countries with the different communication protocol. We have the French language, German language. Moreover, it's a different economical token. For example, Poland has zloty, so they have another economical token. And every country have own government that can decide something. This analogy can lead us to some different roles. Delegators in the blockchain is something like citizens. It's a people who do something on the territory and they pay taxes. So to pay fee, it's to pay taxes. I use this territory, I can work there, I can get some IPR payment or something like this, and I'm paying taxes. Validators, it's something like an army. An army that can't attack but can defend. So validators is those who protect the country, protect the network, provide the security. Core teams and the foundations is something like a parliament or ruling party. So if the blockchain has this core team of the people, they tell what we will do, they decide how they will spend foundation money, and so on and so on. And developers is something like a scientists. And more scientists in the country, more developer in the blockchain, more faster it developed, and we can see that the countries with a big amount of the scientists, they are very developed, build some space rockets, and the countries without scientists still in the industrial or even pre-industrial paradigm. Their idea of the decentralized governance in the cosmos wasn't built on that validators need to rule the blockchain. So nobody was thinking that validators will have such big power in the voting of the proposals. Because validators, it's just something like DevOps, sysadmins, some people who like to sit in front of the computer and don't really like to speak with the community. To participate in the governance, it means you need to love to speak with other people, to make some decisions. It must be some extroverts and maybe more humanitarian and less technical. People, when they create the cosmos and this governance system, they was thinking, okay, validators will provide the security, they will look for the infrastructure, they will get the payment for this, and delegators will vote for the proposals. Because if delegator vote no and validator vote yes, it's not important how validator was voting. We will count the voting of the delegators. So delegators by the idea need to vote on the proposals, but we met with some problem. Most of the delegators don't want to participate in the governance because they even don't understand how it is, and they came for the IPR to get some economical things, like the all other citizens in the other countries. They don't really want to go to elections and so on. So we come to this situation when from 75% of all delegators don't vote. It means validators have a very big voting power, because if delegator don't vote, validator vote for delegator. And the validators start to have a very big voting power, and it makes some interesting moments. First biggest problem that we met, it's that delegator have an apathy to governance. And we was thinking that right to vote is something very cool, and that people want to vote. But no, people really don't want to vote. They are always looking for somebody else who will solve their problems. Just let it will do somebody, not me. Second moment, from 30 to 50% of validators also don't vote on proposals, because this is people who are technical people. They just thinking, maybe I will write a script which will vote for me. They was preparing themselves to maintain infrastructure. So validators who participate in the voting, they have huge voting power due to the fact that most of the delegators don't vote. So it brings to us a lot of decentralized politics. You don't need to explain your proposal for huge community of the delegators. You just need to go and speak directly with some validators who is voting and who have voting power, and you can move any proposal. So, and the developers can't receive funds from the community pool on the time, because all the time we tell, oh, let's give some funds from the community pool. It starts to be some drama about this community spendings and so on, and a lot of inner conflicts of interests. As the result, nobody wins in this situation. So why this is the problem? First question is, what number of people must take part in the voting that even those who didn't vote agreed with the decisions? So if we have 100 people, 5 of them go to the corner, tell, return and tell, we have the proposal. 3 of us told yes, 2 of us told no. The result, 60% for yes, 40% for no. So other 95 people will tell, like, we don't care what you decide, just 5 people, like, for us it's not the reason to accept your proposal. So how many people need to vote? In Cosmos it's now 40%. It means if we have 100 people and 40 of them go somewhere and decide something, and after return and tell, this, it will be like this because we decided, like 52% yes, 48% no, the proposal passed, and all other 60 people need to be agree with the decision. So more validator became rich, less validator interested in the changing of the situation and voting for the proposals. Because if I'm very rich and I have a lot for what I need to change something, it's like everything is working, I get money, and this is lead to some apathy to the participation in the voting. So also validators now participate in the irrational competition for the delegators. So they need to spend the time not to provide in the security, but to make some marketing, to take delegators from one validator to another validator. This is just irrational spending of the time and funds. So decisions are made or rejected not on the basis of the benefit for the development of the network, but on the basis of the personal relationship between validators. Decentralized governance brings us decentralized politics. It means if you don't support my previous proposal, now I will not support your proposal for what you last time was voting no on my proposal. And this private connection between the validators start to affect the whole governance. And network development can easily stop due to the lack of motivation among the developers or due to the inability to make a decision. It means if the developers don't get funds from the network and we can't decide how to give funds from the community pool, developers tell, bye-bye this protocol, we go to the next protocol. The next protocol give us a lot of funds, we will develop something for the next protocol. The main reason for these problems why we have, first, Atom is an economical token, it's a governance token, and it's a security token in the one moment. This leads to the fact that we can undermine security or influence governance through the economy. So it means I can buy a lot of Atom and after create some crazy proposals or like affect the security. And also it means that we can use governance to undermine the economy or the security of the network. Because if I have a big voting power, I tell, for example, let's sell all community pool and dump the Atom. Let's dream how do we want it to be. Like if we don't really like how it's now, we need to create some model how it can be in the good vision of how it can be. Delegators use the network in their own economic interests, and they don't care about the governance because they don't want to govern, they don't want to participate in the voting for proposals, they want IPR. Like a common citizens, I live here, I pay taxes, fees, give me back some income. Validators have stopped their rational competition for the delegators and instead compete with each other. They provide the best security for the network. So it will be also very good if the validators will not spend the time for some irrational marketing. So decentralized network management carried out by the people who have the necessary skills and desire to govern the network and improve it. So people who vote on the proposals and choose how will be development have a lot of skills. It's not like the huge crowd of the unknown people and we don't really understand. These people understand, for example, the code or not. And if we have the proposal, let's update this code to that code. Some people now vote and they don't really understand what is the code. So it means people who are decided which code update will be must be developers. People who decide which marketing strategy will be must be marketologists. Other way, we will not get good result. And in our good model, developers are motivated to improve the network and get all the necessary conditions to do it as quickly and efficiently as possible. So it means developers always get funds to update the network. This will be brilliant situation, how we can make our dreams come true. We need to separate economics from the governance and from the security. So, and for this we need minimum 3 different tokens. One economical token, one governance token, and one security token. It will be 3 different tokens. Economical tokens will, especially for the citizens, it will be like an economics, like paying fees, use at DeFi, get IPR and so on. Governance token will be just for the governance. To vote for the proposals, it must be non-tradable token. You can't sell your voting power to somebody else. And how we can do it? We just need to implement the solution when by the voting of other voting tokens, we can return back these voting tokens from you. So security tokens also need to be not tradable. They just need to come to the validators, and validators have this security token. They can't sell it, they can't buy it, and nobody other can sell it or buy it. It means it's impossible to make the attack on the such network. Only you can join the network and start to be a good validator and collect these security tokens on the same rules as everybody else. So reward for the validators should not come from the one delegator or several delegators. It must come from the some validator pool. So it means all the profit that need to go to the validators at first go to the pool of the validators, and after validators share this pool based on their uptime. Better uptime you have, little bit more share you have. In this case, validators will stop to tell, delegate to me. They will tell, delegate to us, we will share it. So delegators should be able to immediately dissolve and re-elect governance in case of using decentralized governance in the personal interests. It means that the people who come to the governance and tell, we will make better for the network, if they stop to do better for the network, citizens need to tell, I dislike, and they kick out. So we need kind of implement the revolution inside of the protocol. If citizens don't like governance, this is the problem of the governance. And citizens can kick out any people or any proposal of the governance in the speed of the one block. So, decentralized governance should provide funds and everything needed to developers as quickly as it's possible. It means exist some people who come to the governance, they are responsible for the spendings from the community pool, and with the small group of the people, they give to developers funds. If citizens don't like how governance give funds to the developers, they tell dislike, kick out, and new people come to the governance. by the mathematical probability, one moment we will find very cool group of the people who will make the governance. So, in order to change the current Cosmos governance model, we need to provide evidence that the new decentralized governance model will be more effective. So, if we now come to some Cosmos or any other chain and tell, let's change your governance model, they will tell why we need. So we need to make the test of the new governance model, take some metrics, some results, compare these results with the previous results and tell, look, this model more effective. Only by this way we can change something. And in the process of the decentralized governance of the post-human validator, we came up with the very interesting idea. And you can see this scheme, and this block up right corner, it's about the citizens, some users who interact with the blockchain, and they get some fees from this. We have bottom left corner, it's about the governance, who spend the community pool for the developers, and developers update the network. Right up corner, this is about gamers. I wasn't speaking about it in the presentation, and it's more about the entertainment, because network needs to provide not only economical things but also entertainment, and this is more fun story. And the bottom right corner, it's about the validators. They share the validator pool. Funds from the network goes to the validator pool, and validators provide the security. So we can imagine all of this like the post state. So some post country that have citizens, army, governance. Every transaction that happens inside of the blockchain have some taxes. I exchange Atom to Osmo, some taxes in Atom, some taxes in Osmo. Where this Atom and Osmo taxes will go? Part to the validators pool, part to the community pool to give the funds to developers, and part will return back to the citizens. So post-state needs to provide income and help to the citizens to develop themselves. So part of the taxes, part of the profit of the post-state need to return back to the citizens. In this case, citizens are interested in the development of their post-state, post-country, because they understand more our blockchain will get profit, more I will get. Validators understand the same, and the governance understands that they have more funds in the community pool if the network have more profit. So it will give us possibility to get kind of the real price on the tokens, because for now I just believe that in the future it will have bigger price, so I buy now. But in this case we understand that more transactions inside of the blockchain, more value of the inner token. Some people tell maybe it will be too much tokens, but it will not be too much tokens, because security token is used only by the validators. They are non-tradable. Common person will even never see them. They just count the uptime. Governance token, they are untradeable. Only person who come to the decentralized governance will operate with this voting token. And the economical token unit is just the same like any other tokens, that you pay the fees, that participate in the DeFi, and so on. We start this network near month, so we hope that we will run the testnet in August. We invite all of you to participate. If you are the validator, join to validate interest in network. If you are interested in the governance and how you can govern the network by the new model, join us too. And if you are a developer, you are always welcome, because we will pay a lot of funds from the network for the developers. So thank you for your attention. If you want to know more about decentralized digital post-state and about every role, who is the citizen, who is the validator, and so on, this QR code, and this is our webpage, Posthuman Validator. Thank you, friends, for you are. We are waiting you in the digital decentralized post-state.